Pain-free wishes. I hope you are having a pain-free day. And if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Know this vlog or video series that I do is not based on mechanical repairs. I actually do a vlog called People in Pain, somewhat daily. I do it when I can. I'm neurologically sick. I've had 4 brain surgeries, and I deal with the world's most painful disease, cluster headaches. And I'm also a chronic migraineur, amongst other ailments. But today we're not going to talk so much about the pain, and I want to thank you for coming to this channel. I'm also an ELTA member here in London, and if you look down in the playlist of my videos, you'll see a bunch of car videos. So if cars is your thing, I got some cool videos under the ELTA playlist, and check them out. Please subscribe, like, and share. If you find this video today helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and keep watching. If you do know a person in pain who suffers a lot and may get some value to this channel, please share this with them. It's not so much, the channel isn't about me and my disease per se. It's more about all of us as a whole, about living positive in chronic pain. So without further ado, we are going to work on my 2008 Chevy Malibu. It has the 3.6 variable valve timing motor. It's a great motor. It's very quick, runs very smooth. It has 152,000 kilometers, and according to the GM service manual, which I will show you in a moment, it's recommended that the spark plugs are due at 160,000. So I'm about 8,000 kilometers early, but the weather's good, and you know, if you watch this channel, you know I'm not well every day, so when I feel better, I take the opportunity to do these things. So let's get started. So I've gotten out the 2008 Chevrolet Malibu out of the glove box, and if you go to 6.2 of the maintenance schedule here, you can flip through and find where it says the spark plugs. Gives you the basic scheduled maintenance. And it tells you what plugs that it needs. So I have the 3.6 V6 engine. So in 6.6 of the manual, it says here, replace spark plugs, inspect spark plug wires, V6 only, and emission control service. And the recommended maintenance schedule is 160,000 kilometers or 100,000 miles if you're American. And as you can see, I have 241,000 kilometers. So I'm doing it a little bit early, but that's okay. Here's the 3.6 V6 variable valve timing. And we'll go through a list of tools that we need. We're going to replace the air filter. There's 6 spark plugs, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. The back ones are going to be a nightmare. But it's basic maintenance, and you should be able to do this at home. They do recommend with these iridium long life lasting plugs that you do not clean them. They're replacement only. So here's the tools that we're going to need. Now I know this is a door removal tool for doing like the plastic plugs, but it seemed to work really good for me. If not, a screwdriver. However, for the back plugs, you will need to make this tool at a coat hanger, and you'll actually see why watching the video. You'll need a magnet. This is just a bendable magnet that I have. Your 3/8 drive extensions, I got anywhere from 1 inch to 5-inch extensions. I did use a 1/4 inch drive ratchet and extensions with a 10 mil socket for taking the packs off. I only used the long needle nose because there's a rubber grommet that's inside the spark plug socket that popped off and it got stuck in the hole there, and a ratchet driver, a spark plug gasket, band-aids, and that's pretty much about it. Yeah, some wipes, shop rags if you got them. That's really all the tools that you'll need. and I kind of used all of these as I went along. So actually I've already done the job, so these are the old plugs that are out. That's why you see them there. And there. And now we will take off these 10 mil bolts. Now pull these out. And these just pop out like so. We'll try to keep these in order over on the workbench. It's when you have to turn a little bit sideways because the intake plenum. Here is now where your 5/8 and your extension and socket come in handy. Now, because these are deep, you will need a magnet to get these out. So we just want to crack them. Remember, these have been in for 150,000 kilometers. Okay, so here we'll inspect the old plugs. Now these got 150,000 kilometers on them. Obviously they're dirty. You also want to make sure they're the right plugs, right? These are GM AC Delco Iridium plugs. They're long lasting. By looking at a spark plug, it can tell you if it's firing on all the cylinders. It can tell you if it's using oil. It can tell you quite a bit of things. I've also gapped these plugs to 44 thou. Don't trust what comes out of the box. Get a spark plug gapper. They're very cheap, and I set these at 44, which is recommended. Now this particular spark plug actually has like a rubber grommet on the inside, so it actually holds the plug in very good. So I don't have to use a magnet necessarily to drop it down. But when you start the plugs putting them in the head, you want to put them in very softly. You do not want to cross thread them. Then you're into some serious problems if you do that. So we're just going to hand tight these for now and replace all of them. And we'll put the plugs back in. We'll snap these back on. Now, I did see that this this wire loom has seen better days, and luckily I have some in the toolbox. So I'm just going to vacuum up this debris here and replace this loom. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get my hands back there, but those plugs are right underneath my hands. One there, one there, one there. Oh, that's going to be rough. I might have to get my wife out here because she's got a lot skinnier hands than me. So hopefully you can see. I guess I'll find out when I edit this, but I got to take that one, and that one off. Made this out of a piece of coat hanger, so you can see this, and the tab there, like the rest, they just pop off. But yeah, this tool definitely saved me. If you want to buy that tool, it's $79.95. Okay, so next thing we got to do is use the 10 mil and take that one off, and then go 10 mil here, and it's like a 2-inch extension. Okay, so this took some finagling to get to, because it's in between a wire loom and a line. You can't really see it, but it's there. Okay, so after I go get a Band-Aid, you have to unhook this here, okay, and then that just holds in there, and then you lift up this back loom here, and then you can actually get it out. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is take the plugs out. This should be a treat. You know what? I'm actually going to remove this bracket because it's going to give me a bit more room and cut my arm a little bit less. Okay, here we are working on the middle plug now. Got to be lifted up to the plenum in order to drop the coil pack in at the back there, but it's now in, and now I'm going to put the 10 mil in. Not pleasant. Last thing we got to do is the air filter. Now, this vehicle came with a complete set of service records, and I did check. The spark plugs were never changed, but it wasn't due till 160,000. So it wasn't any neglect of the previous owner, and he had a dealer service, so I had all the maintenance records. And it's just a good idea to change your air filter once a year, every 20,000 kilometers. My wife and I have put approximately, I don't know, 10,000 kilometers on this, 5,000. This filter is actually in really good shape. It does not need to be changed. And I'll compare it with the old one for you. So, you know what? I'm just going to blow it out and stick it back in, and I will change this next oil change. So I'll do it then. Now I'm just going to go over and check the oil. It's not due for an oil change for 5,000 kilometers or more, but I'm going to change it in November when I put the snows on and service the brakes. And I'll do another video about servicing the brakes back then. But now I'm just going to check the fluids and tire pressures and make sure everything's good. So all in to change the spark plugs in this 2008 3.6 variable valve timing motor. Took me about an hour and a half. It wasn't too bad. I probably spent more time dealing with the camera and plugging it in and moving it around and stuff like that. So you could pretty much do it in about an hour and a half and a couple of band-aids. But aside from that, the back one was the worst. You definitely will be. So if you got a bit of tools, you got a lot of patience, and a couple of band-aids, you can get the job done yourself at home. I don't recommend doing it out in the heat because it's not that fun. It's a hot day today. It's about 30 degrees Celsius. It's not too bad here in the garage. And yeah, so the plugs are done, and I don't have to worry about that for another 100,000 miles or 160,000 kilometers, but I probably won't own it that long. But it's done for the next guy. It's kind of like how I maintain my stuff anyway. And if you look over here, here's a 79 Malibu. I can change these plugs in 20 minutes flat. Things are much easier to do on these old cars and much simpler. Yeah, it's not bad to do the plugs on this by any means at all. So, yeah, hope you're having a pain-free day. Like this video, please do. It helps me when I make these vlogs. Like it, share it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It helps me out a lot. You may have come to this channel to learn about people in pain and living positive, or you just stumbled across this video to check out how to change plugs on an '08 Malibu with a 3.6. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe, comment, like, and all that great stuff. Have a pain-free day. Always remember to stay positive. When you're sick like me, we don't get much good time. So when we do have some free time that we're feeling okay, we get stuff like this done that has to be done. And I save myself a few bucks in labor. It only cost me about 80 bucks for the plugs. So have a pain-free day, stay positive, and thanks for watching.
Never look down on someone unless you're willing to give them a hand up.
You have value, you have substance, and you matter. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you're enjoying these vlogs, please press the subscribe button below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Have a pain-free day, and thanks for watching.